What's good with YouTube, man? Welcome back to another wavy video, man. And today I'm coming at y'all with a topic, man. This right here, you might not realize it, but this is one thing that you might be doing wrong. And the thing that I'm talking about is tying your do-rag, man. And we're gonna get straight into that topic, man. Today, man, I'm gonna be showing y'all my way, which I feel is the proper way, on how to tie your do-rag, man. So stay tuned for the video, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Keep coming back for more content, man. We're gonna keep dropping videos, man, back to back, man. So yeah, let's get straight into it. But first, you know we got on the rag, man. So let's get straight into it. Let's go. Hey y'all, man, that's the unrag, man. Y'all know I had to show y'all, man. Give y'all a quick look at it, man. Give y'all a quick look at the progress, man. But yeah, man, hey man, let's get straight into this video, man. Alright, look. Now, of course, anybody who has waves, any type of waves in their head, that you already know, the one thing besides the brush that you need, you already know what it is. It's a do-rag. Now, considering the fact that if you're a waver, you got a do-rag. Now, I'm pretty sure anybody who's a beginner waver or elite waver, or in between, whichever one, at some point in your journey of trying to get 360 waves, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you had those lines across the forehead, man. Those, you know what I'm saying? Those lines the lines when you take it off is just like, you know, like you got a bunch of tracks on your forehead. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of lines up there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably had that question, like, how can I stop? How can I, what can I do to prevent these lines from coming on my forehead? Like, how can I, you know what I'm saying? How can I stop that? And my answer to that, I don't really know.
What?
A lot of people probably ask the question, why do I have these lines on my forehead? How come every time I take my do-rag off, I have like these lines on my forehead? Or some people who may, like I feel like this is a beginner mistake, who may have the line going on your forehead all the way, that's basically parting your hair like the Red Sea. And we're gonna talk about that part as well, you dig what I'm saying? But yeah, so a lot of people may have those type of questions like, why do I have these lines on my head? The answer to that question is one thing. The answer to all of those questions is one thing. And that answer is, you tying your do-rag too tight. I had to learn it the hard. I had to learn it. Pretty sure a lot of other people had to learn the hard way. One way how you know you tying your do-rag too tight, if you put that junk on, you tie it down, and you just, you know what I'm saying, you just pull it with pull it with all your might. You know what I'm saying, just to get it tight, because you know, of course, it's good to get that compression, but at the same time, you don't want to kill yourself in the process of trying to get that compression. You know what I'm saying, to your hair, because of course, you know what I'm saying, like we want our hair to be laid down, you know what I'm saying? Like when you take it off, you know what I'm saying? Like you want the silk, you know what I'm saying? Like you want all that. You know what I'm saying? Like you want it to be silky, laid, you know what I'm saying? Smooth, you dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, even though we want our hair to be laid down and you know what I'm saying, silky and all that, whatever the case may be, you can't kill your head at the same, in the process. Which means if you're tying your do-rag so tight to the point to where you're basically, like put it like this, have y'all ever, if there's anybody who know this feeling right here, I'm pretty sure you've done this before. I've done it before a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, you tie your do-rag, boom, you tie it up tight. Okay, you tie it up tight, boom, it's good for a little second. You know what I'm saying? You lay back, you chilling, you watching TV, you laying down, whatever the case may be. Then eventually, you start to feel your head, it's like you can't feel it no more. Because at that point, what have you done? You cut off the, you're basically cutting off the circulation to you. You know what I'm saying? You cutting off the circulation. That's what you're doing. Because you tying your do-rag too tight, and that's one thing that you don't want to do. Like you don't want You don't want to be sitting up there and have a do-rag tied just so tight, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing that I had to learn, in a sense, because I always felt like, okay, boom, I'm finna put this do-rag on, I'm finna tie it, and I'm finna get it tight, have it down, boom, tight, and then, you know what I'm saying, just have it, you know, have everything tight or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? And my hair gonna be laid down. And then I wake up in the morning, and you know, I got these lines on my head hurting. Why? Because I done tied my do-rag too tight, and that's one thing you don't want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tie your do-rag too tight. Just like I said in my previous video, without wearing the do-rag, how you gotta get your head, like, you know what I'm saying, after a fresh cut, you know what I'm saying, give your head like time to just breathe or whatever the case may be. Same thing with wearing the do-rag, man. I mean, like, if you got the do-rag on, don't tie it so tight to the point you're killing you. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you cutting out circulation and you basically making your head numb because you got it so tight and you trying to lay everything down. Like, and that's not saying just put it on and just have it dumb loose too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that either. You know what I'm saying? You put the do-rag on, you tie it up, make sure it's just not too tight, but have it to where it's snug, to where it's like a snug fit, but not so tight because you're gonna know when it's too tight. If it's too tight, you're gonna be cutting off your circulation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna feel it. So you gotta make sure that you have like a snug fit, man, when you tie the do-rag up, and you don't wanna have it too loose. Because if you have it too loose, you're gonna wake up in the morning and your do-rag not gonna be there. It might be on the floor, it might be on the other side of the bed, it might be somewhere, but it ain't gonna be on your head. You dig what I'm saying? So man, right now, man, I'm gonna show y'all how I tie my do-rag. You dig what I'm saying? And you know, this is how I tie mine. Other people might have other ways of how they tie theirs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's whatever works for you. Everybody head different. Whatever works for you, you tie it that type of way. And if it fits snug and good and it ain't too tight, then stick to that way and continue to tie your do-rag in that way. Like, I'm not finna sit here and act like tying a do-rag like you need a degree to tie a do-rag. But you know what I'm saying? You at least gotta know not to tie it too tight. That's the only point that you need to know. Don't tie your do-rag too tight. But yeah, man, I'm finna show y'all how I tie my do-rag, man. So yeah, stay tuned, man. Stick in it, man. Let's go. All right, man. Now I'm finna show y'all how I tie my do-rag. All right. Right here, you know, cause I got the blue silky, you know what I'm saying, Red by Kiss. You know what I'm saying? If you know about it, you know about it, go get you one. You dig what I'm saying? And one thing I want to touch on before I tie this do-rag is the line going down in the center of your forehead. You know what I'm saying? Like the line that will be going across all the way down here. That comes from having this line right here. If you all know, there's like a seam or whatever that's in the do-rag. This line right here, like if you have this line right here and you have it turned to the inside, going, you know, touching your hair, you tie it down, that line is gonna be pressed, of course, against your hair, against your forehead, against everything. And that right there is gonna leave that line. That's gonna leave that imprint, you know what I'm saying, on your forehead. That, you know what I'm saying, like if you still do that, you know what I'm saying, that's what's creating that line. So of course, one thing that I had to learn, of course, in the beginning, you gotta know how this line right here, have this to the outside, man, because you don't wanna wake up in the morning and have that harsh line just going, separating your forehead, you know what I'm saying? You don't wanna do that. So this line right here, keep it to the outside. Whenever I'm tying my do-rag, I always do this right here, throw it to the back, then I like to bring it forward. I mean, it's my type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Some people might not even care. Then one thing I also like to do, this is one way that I like to tie it. I bring it down here, like nose length, bring it down like about right here, make sure that line is kind of straight. Make sure the line is kind of symmetrical, like with your nose or whatever. I hope that's the right word, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? You make sure this line is kind of even up with your nose. Then boom, you flip that joint up like that, flip it up, boom, just like that. You hold it, bring it around town. Like I say, man, right at this point, this right here can cause you to suffocate your head. You don't want to tie your do-rag too tight. You don't want to have it too tight. All you gotta do, give it like that little pull. You know, give it like a little pull. When you tying it, give it like this little pull right here. There it is right there, you know what I'm saying? You get like that little pull, boom, get you a little knot back there. I'm saying, of course, right now, it might look a little loose at the top. You know what I'm saying? It might look a little loose at the top. So at this point, this is what you gotta do. Back here, this piece back here, boom, you pull that down. You pull all this down right here. You're gonna get that snug fit and you're gonna feel it. It ain't gonna be too tight. Another thing you want to do, this tail flap right here. A lot of people, some people like to hang it down, some people like to tie it up. One thing what you can do, which will give you that extra compression, which also can go into not having to just tie this so tight. What you do, one thing that I like to do, you roll it up like this, boom. Take the ends, you make a knot as well, you tie it up. There's one thing I like, this one way I like to do it. You give it a pull, boom. Then tie this up again. This one way I like to do it, just tie it up at the back. That's all you gotta do, just tie it up at the back, man. And that right there, as you can see, you know, we straighten it up a little bit. That right there give you a nice compression. You know what I'm saying? This is the way that I like to tie my do-rag, man. But yeah, that right there gonna give you like a nice compression on your hair. You know what I'm saying? And it stops you from tying your do-rag so tight. You know what I'm saying? It stops you from basically killing your skull. You dig what I'm saying? This right here is how I tie my do-rag, man. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna tie your do-rag or whatever this type of way, I would say do it. I mean, basically tying a do-rag is not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like this could be a helpful video to anybody, you know, anybody who just has those do-rag lines and those, you know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, I don't think there's a way that you can fully stop do-rag lines, because at the end of the day, if you tie anything on your forehead, like, you gonna have a line. But there are ways to, in a sense, prevent having like multiple lines, like these harsh lines on your head, you know what I'm saying? And those ways are not tying your do-rag too tight, not putting the inside line, having that inside line on the inside where it's touching your, you know what I'm saying, touching the skin and it's touching your hair, you know what I'm saying? And having that line enforced, you know, going down your, you know, going down your forehead. So those two ways right there, those are two things that, in a sense, you could look out for. So man, yeah, to recap on this video, don't tie your do-rag too tight. Don't pull on it too tight. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to rip it. Don't have the inside line facing your hair. You know what I'm saying? Inside, you know, flip it inside out. That's how you got to rock it. But yeah, man, those tips right there, I think those will be some helpful tips to anybody who want to know how to tie these do-rags, man. Because like I say, it's multiple ways you can tie them. You can tie them with them going this way. I don't do that. Like with the bowl to the back, kind of going like to the side. I don't do that. But other people may do it. And so, but yeah, man, there's many ways you can tie it, man. Just play with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Whichever way, whichever feels best to you, do it that way. Just don't tie it to the point to where you're killing your head, man. You don't want to do that. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of this video, man. If y'all rock with the content, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos, man, because I'm gonna keep coming back with more videos, man. Videos after videos. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help anybody who's trying to get these 360 ways, 540 ways, 720 ways, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, stay tuned, man. I'm about this thing, man. Peace.